Hello, I'm Dr. Julian Northbrook from doingenglish.com. Full disclosure, I am literally just reading out my Doing English daily email in this video. If you prefer to read, head over to doingenglish.com and sign up to my free daily emails for speaking better English, and you'll get basically the same thing as what you're watching right now in text form. So, anyway, a couple of days ago in my daily email, I mentioned that I've started using Threads. Honestly, Threads, it's basically just a new version of Twitter. But, whatever. It's pretty good. And it's a pretty easy way to keep all those random ideas that pop out of my head into one place in a format that other people can benefit from them as well. Now, by way of example, one of the things that I posted on Threads was second unpopular opinion of the day. Obviously, I've been posting a lot that day. This Threads account will never be popular. Why? I'm not giving you a word of the day or a don't say X, say Y post with some random shit idiom that nobody uses. That bullcrap is like wanking off to porn instead of having a real relationship. If you really want to master English, fall in love and truly understand her. Like all languages, she's beautiful. Treat her as such. Aside from, once again, proving that I am a master of, frankly, grim analogy, let's expand upon this a little bit. So, all social media platforms have an algorithm, an engine that drives them. And that pretty much always works on the basis that if people are searching for something, and spend time watching and engaging with a given video or post, it'll get shown to people more. Otherwise, it just gets buried under everything else that is more popular. Now, for pure entertainment, this works. But for educational content, it's a problem because there isn't really any incentive to make posts or videos or whatever that actually help people. All that really matters is grabbing someone's attention with something that they think they need and then keeping them there. And the problem is it feels like you're learning something. But honestly, most of the time, are you? Are you really? I mean, for the best example I can give of this, and I mean, this comes up on my Instagram feed all the time in different variations. The don't say X, say Y posts. Again, they constantly come up on my Instagram feed. For example, one that I saw recently was, don't say, I don't know. Say, beats me. But see, the thing is if you actually know how to analyze the English language and look at data, you would see very quickly that I don't know is actually one of the most frequent, most common chunks in the English language. In fact, if you look at the data, it is 195 times more frequent than beats me. So implying that beats me is better doesn't make any fucking sense. It's obviously complete and utter bullshit that's designed to grab your attention and make you feel like you're learning something when actually you're not. So another example along the same vein that I saw recently was don't say very difficult, say arduous. Like, honestly? Really? Are you sure? So, yeah, I mean, arduous. It has a time and a place, as all words do. But 9 times out of 10, if you simply switch it for very difficult, you're going to sound really weird at best, or most likely use it completely inappropriately. Like, for example, if I'm, say, watching the news and I comment on something and say something like, yeah, it's a very difficult situation because you've got to take into account blah, 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 blah. And then just switch very difficult for arduous, it's gonna sound very, 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 very strange. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Very difficult and arduous are not complete synonyms. They're both used at different times in different contexts in different ways. So, again, at best, this English lesson, whatever you want to call it, is complete bullshit. At worst, it's actually fairly damaging for you because it's teaching you things that are simply not correct. Another very common form of social media post that I see in the English learning space is teaching idioms. Sure, learning idioms is fun, and I don't discourage it. However, what you've got to understand is that actually most idioms, when you look at the data, really are pretty rare. Most of them are not really used very often. And overloading your English, your speaking with idioms, really just makes you sound odd more than it does make you sound natural. Again, nobody really uses them most of the time. At least they're pretty rare. I mean, this is something which came up in a coaching call with a client a few days ago. But if you look up something like, say, it's raining cats and dogs, and every textbook of idioms will include this one at some point, and it's one of those that English learners love to learn. But if you look at the data, it's raining cats and dogs, it's almost never used. And actually, if you look it up, the only things you really find in terms of videos, posts, whatever, Google, YouTube, I don't know, wherever you're searching for it, the only thing you really find is English lessons teaching you the idiom, it's raining cats and dogs. Well, that's pretty damn telling, isn't it? When the only thing you can find online is English lessons for English learners teaching it, but no actual examples of it used in context. That's a pretty good indicator that we don't really use that much. Sorry to burst your bubble, but that's the reality. Now, there are loads and loads of examples, and I could sit here all bloody day going on about this. I won't, thankfully, for you, but there are loads of examples. But the point I'm trying to make here is because of the way that social media in general works, the English lessons that you see are really designed more to stroke your ego and make you feel good than anything else. They are, as I said in my Threads post, and if you want to follow me on Threads, by the way, there'll be a link in the description. They are, as I said, the language learning equivalent of masturbation. That's the reality. Yes, there are exceptions. Neither am I saying there's anything wrong with masturbation. You want to have a wank? You go ahead. Have at it. What I am saying is that it will be dumb to think that masturbation is the same thing or the equivalent of a healthy, stable relationship with the love of your life. Or to stop using analogies, and I do like to use analogies, it would be dumb to think that just because you've been on YouTube for 5 minutes or you've looked at an Instagram post teaching you this random crap, that you've actually learned something useful and taken a further step towards speaking extraordinary English, because that really is not the case. Actually, you've probably learned something that is going to be detrimental to your English and that you're now going to have to unlearn. And to loop back to the original Threads post, this is why I refuse to play the game. I don't do these kind of posts. I mean, the common advice when it comes to things like YouTube and social media, Instagram, anything like that in general, is look at what other people are doing and see what works and recreate it. Yeah, don't want to play that game, so I won't be winning any popularity contests on the internet anytime soon. However, if you are interested in what I have to say, your best port of call, to use an idiom, is to head over to doingenglish.com and sign up for my free daily emails to speak better English. Or if you want smaller chunks of random crap coming out of my noggin, head over to Threads. There'll be a link in the description, and follow me, because you know what, I'm liking that platform more and more, and I'm using it quite a lot at the moment. I am absolutely spamming it with totally random shite, but hopefully to your benefit. Enjoy. This is me, Dr. Julian Northbrook, saying bye-bye for today.